Heading into the ILT20 2025 player auction, all eyes were on Ravichandran Ashwin. The star Indian off-spinner had registered for the auction and had also set himself the highest base price of 120,000 US dollars, which would have made him comfortably the most expensive player in the entire auction as far as base price is concerned. Unfortunately for Ashwin, there were absolutely no takers for him in the ILT20 auction. You heard that right. No one actually went ahead and bought Ashwin. But if you look at why exactly that is the case, you might not find it as surprising as you might see it on initial basis, because let's face it, there's a lot of reasons to actually sign Ashwin. He's a credible performer even at this age, and more importantly, he would bring a lot of eyeballs to the league. So why exactly is it that no one went for him? Well, for one, his price might have been very off-putting. It is worth noting that teams only had 800,000 US dollars to spend on players and to build a squad. And don't forget, there were retentions and signings done beforehand, but 800,000 to fill the majority of your squad thereafter. Assuming you would sign Ashwin for something even higher than his base price, well, that doesn't leave you with a lot of cash and a lot of wiggle room to get other players, does it? And the funny thing is, we even heard later on during the broadcast from Simon Dool, who was hosting the entire thing, and he said that we may have heard that Ashwin might have pulled out of the auction, which then makes it even more amusing considering what a hard push Ashwin has made on his YouTube channels. And even when he signed for Sydney Thunder, it was made very clear that he would only be available for the Big Bash League come January, which made it seem like it was an all but certainty that he would be playing in the ILT20 in UAE, which starts in the beginning of December and then ends in the beginning of January. But the fact that he wasn't picked comes down a lot to auction dynamics and the fact that 5 out of the 6 owners of the teams are Indian. So most of them would have seen how it is that he's performed in T20 cricket recently, and truth be told, the results aren't that flattering and they're not great. His performances in the IPL were so poor that there was speculation as to whether Chennai would actually end up releasing him to free up space in their budget. Obviously, they didn't need to do that in the end because he retired, but it still doesn't speak great shakes to what it is you expect from him. Of course, that didn't stop him from getting a BBL deal, but of course, the BBL is trying to attract the Indian audience, so getting an Ashwin in makes sense. Plus, their player signings work in a very different manner. Come the auction, perhaps it's fair to say that Ashwin priced himself out of a move because he wasn't even available in the accelerated rounds at a time when teams actually had enough money to afford to get him on the base price. But it is still an interesting thing, and it's worth noting how it is that auction dynamics are changing, because there were a lot of other star players who ended up going unsold in the auction, including but not limited to the likes of a Shakib Al Hasan, Jason Roy, Temba Bavuma, all players with plenty of name recognition but who didn't get any takers. Maybe the ILT20 also wants to shed the idea of being a retirement league or somewhere that any person can get a chance, but Ashwin not getting a chance, very, very interesting, but also makes sense from an auction perspective. What are your thoughts on the matter? Though you can let us know that in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon as well, follow us on social media, we're on Instagram, X and Facebook, and stay tuned for more such updates from the world of sport.